Hello and welcome. It does look a little bit peculiar. Let's just see if we can get this to actually work on the first wave, or whether it's going to bump into that thing. I'm not sure. So let's set this going. I've got the trailer down. Let's just grab that. Let's grab you and grab the trailer. The first time we've ever used it. It does need repairing, which sort of reveals how I actually brought it down, sort of. But then again, I've never treated anyone as a, like that. I'm not doing that type of thing. I've always said I do it off camera. I do. It's a beautiful bit of kit. I thought you'd do that. I did wonder whether it'd cope with the. Oh, I knew I should have. Yeah, you can't get out of it either. They've sort of like got themselves into a mess. And you've got to like immediately. Why did you? Oh, just seriously. No, I know they do. Just calm down. Yeah, we're going to unfortunately lose a bit of crop and soy, which is not the kind of crop you'd ever want to lose, really. Right. Okay. Not really. We lost a couple of wheels worth. It's not the end of the world, let's be honest. Even though it's annoying, of course. No denying this. Can you please now do your job? It seems a bit fast. Is this an unrealistic header or something? Because it seems... Oh no, it's 7 miles an hour. I think that's quite slow enough. Let's go and repair this. And I'm going to go straight into a time-lapse. Yeah, we're moving on a pace, so I've got to be honest, we're making good progress. Because the sessions are quick. That's it really is. We will put some. Obviously, we need to buy the bioplastics. We're still getting businesses at the minute, so it's all the money's going straight to equipment and stuff, which means again that age-old curse of start from scratch, where you're. Wow, that is really weird seeing that colour change. Yeah, you start from scratch. It's that problem of you not affording your sheds because you really need businesses first. So it's one of those annoying things. I'm not sure. It should see it. It is a bit special. We don't really need to repair that. But oh my life! Wow. Okay. What? Yeah. What sort of size? It looks quite a biggie. Right, anyway, time-lapse time. Let's go into this time-lapse. I've no doubt we're not going to feel this at all. It's a bit of a... It's a push, isn't it? That's what I liked about it. I love the pushes. Right, anyway, so then, let's get cracking. Yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Now that's surely got to be wrong. If I could just like done that to that point, why can I not get this off here? This makes no sense at all. How can I harvest something and that's mine? I mean, I had to literally go to the edge of the field, but why can I not get this? Now that is a... I can't imagine that being a Giants thing. I think that's got to be a JMGaming thing, because that's well within the field's border. I have no idea why this has been so finicky. I do know, obviously, some of that, there is a lot of that isn't. We've gone to the very edge of that, and that's why I was doing the painting. So that's why I'm making the comment now, really, that it really should be ours. We're well within the field boundary, because we've just picked up the crops. So why will it not allow us to grab the straw on that same thing? It's a bit annoying, to say the least, but it is what it is. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's a bit of straw. I think we said we were going to do the straw mod on this, weren't we, as well? We're going to bring that in too. So I do want some businesses. We've obviously got to, but that needs the guava beans greenhouse as well, putting down, if we're going to go that route, which I don't mind. Yeah, I don't want to go too... I keep saying this, I'm trying to do things, if I'm going to do things like that, so that we don't go too production rich, so that you've got 9 million productions, because it gets... I think it's overkill if you got too much going on. Right. Please tell me we have access to this. We should have. It's just the headlandy bit, I think. Yeah, so for some reason we've not got access to a thing that's definitely in our field. I have no idea why that's a thing. Right. We should do what we can. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. It's a bit of straw. Might be able to see if we can do the windrowy trick, a bit like the header trick, where you're bringing it in because you're not quite in the right place. That might work. It's worth a shot. Let's go around. Let's grab the windrower. And have a go at doing this. So, yeah, most people may well know. It's a bit like if you're doing contracts. You can go up to half the way over the headlands with something like this, and it will still be classed as, you know, like in the contract, or it would be the edge of your field equivalent. So you should really be able to do the same as we did before, which is to hover around the edge, and it should reclaim that as yours. But you can see the bit that it's not is the bit that's... So let's try and... No, we can't get any better than that. That's... we're really wet. Yeah, we just got a little tiny bit, whisked a bit more. If you... Just on the edges, and that's sort of showing you the edge of what is classed as ours, so might be able to get away with this about the same. No, yeah, so we really that is bad. Why? What the difference between the two things? So that makes no sense. Let's try halfway through the straw and see if we get anything like that. I mean, what I'm saying is it makes a bit of a travesty when you can obviously see clearly that we've got some of it, so half of that, we can get half of this straw back. It's a bit... That is not very nice, is it? It doesn't make any sense why we could harvest. Oh yeah, it does in a way. It's the header, but I was right at the edge of the header, not like I normally would be. So yeah, it really is. Oh, I've got to be careful. It's not working terribly much anyway, I've got to be honest. We're not grabbing a lot back, so I'm really not... Now then, it's grabbing ours from that side though, of course. Yeah, it's hardly grabbing any off that left hand side, so yeah, it's not really worth having a shot. Well, it was worth having a shot, but it was an abysmal fail. I mean, abysmal. I really didn't expect it to be that bad. No, that's the trailer. That's the one we want, I think. Yeah, so we should be able to get that patch that we've just done, so let's grab that. don't throw it in the drink. Obviously it's not a very big field. This is really our farmyard, so it's you know, it is what it is. Wow, such a shame that is. And obviously this is one advantage to the mover, is so much as it will grab that because it's a bit clever like that. Definitely an advantage to having something like that over a traditional baler that hugs the ground, but obviously I can't have it all the time. It's true, you can't. I'm not doing that on every Let's Play. It's just not it gets a bit boring for you, the sort of viewers, if in every single Let's Play I've got the mover. It would be just, you know, like, oh, it's a bit like the fertilizer business I did in FS22. You'd sort of like, you got to think, well, you're doing that again. I mean, there was not so much choice of like businesses in FS22, but I mean, that's why I'm trying to build factories that are unique and sort of profitable without being silly, because I don't want it to be all about the fertilizer business. I'd like to sort of steer clear of that full stop. I mean, obviously it's going to be in the self-sufficiency a bit, so you've got to, you know, I'm not going to have to keep saying this because I'm going the other way now, where I'm like not doing it at all, and I'm like thinking, no, you can't go, you're going from one extreme to the other. You've got to do a bit, you know, the self-sufficiency, you bought that in, the ability to do it. So obviously it does a lot. If it does do a lot, you're going to sell some of the excess off. That's not the same as like doing it I used to, where that was, you know, like one of the biggest businesses. I want to focus on the proper businesses that I've done, and that the obviously other modders have done, to make us profit without leaning too heavily on something like a fertilizer business, which I did so much in FS22. I want to learn my lesson. But also, it's true, you can't not do it either. You know, there's got to be balance. I'm not sure. This will probably moan like the other one and say that we don't have access to the land. And this patch here, I'd say, was the same too. Oh no, it's not. Ignore me. Yeah, so we should get the bioplastics factory bought, and get the and also get the straw factory sort of put down. But that obviously, it's most important is the bioplastics at present. So that's 100 grand. I am wondering whether we actually build it down here rather than trail all the way over there all the time. It's just convenience again. I've always said this about distribution, that like obviously location, as my geography teacher taught us way back in school, it is all about the location. If you've got your productions right near each other, right near your fields, it's obviously better than having to trail miles into town and obviously then do it that way. So it's true, if we're spending 100 grand, we could go for convenience, really. We'd have to see where we can put it though. Well, we did leave that space lower down, so I think we've got enough room for it. It is big though, that's the only bad thing. Yeah, it is going to take a chunk, quite a large chunk of our farmyard if we do it down here. So it's, yeah, is that a good idea or is that a bad one? That is the question. Well, we're nearly done. Yeah, the harvest is nearly done, so that's fantastic. We'll probably put the bioplastics factory down next session, I'd say. I mean, we're going to make quite a lot of cash. Obviously, the other thing is, I have shot myself in the foot with, obviously, we've had the normal spinnery stroke, spinny tailer, rather than the bionic. So that means we are down quite a bit on what we should have. Ooh, you filled. No, then I don't think we'll get this. I think it's on the edge of the field where it's like, yeah, saying, nope, it's not yours. This will be interesting to see whether or not it can figure out the... No, it can't. I didn't think it would be able to. Yeah, it's... No, your header is like larger than the 6-meter one that you think you should have. Yes, I can't really do much about the fill plane. Although I could, if you can see that obviously it could go higher, but it would like be overspilling. Well, no, I suppose no. There's enough there to contain it, and it would go quite a bit higher. I think I could probably do the fill plane. Again, the metal's going mucky again. Oh, you know, it does. It goes right to where the arm is as well. That's not me. I haven't done anything to it either. That's the field plane is where it should be. So I could sort of go a little higher, and then it would be an extra. Make sense of the couple of extra tons that we've actually done for this. If I actually did that, because obviously I've been a bit cheeky. It's 11 odd tons, and really there is no extra space. So I've been a bit right. So it's here. Do we take over this last little bit? Oh, come on, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I think we can probably just about get that. Just about. Oh, I think it widens a bit just there. Oh, no, we're still doing it. Don't know if we're wrecking it though, or yeah, let's just do it, and then I'd sooner like not wreck the edge of the field because I'm like crunching it. Then we'll just get that last little bit. So yeah, it's going to be 13 odd tons. Not bad for soybeans. Soybeans are not, as we all know, the best of crops for amounts, so that's going to produce quite a bit of the bioplastics. Obviously there's going to be loss though. We'll get this bit of the straw done as well, because that's equally going to be quite important for us. If we're going to do the straw factory, we need plenty of straw. So I mean, this is going to be a bit of a lean year, because obviously this is us going into, we're going to be spending 100 grand on the factory, so we're going to lose obviously all of that cash to invest in the new business. The straw factory, likewise, there's going to be a lot of infrastructure we need to do to actually make that work. Again, more cost, which is the way it is. So then let's grab you the last little bit, stick that away, and then we'll call the store. I'm quite pleased with my maiden voyage of the Fire 771, but it's not called that, it's the 7770. Fantastic. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Let's get this bit of straw up though that we can get up, because it's not a lot really. Was it you? I think it was you. No, the other windrower. So it's the one right on the edge of the field over there. Fantastic. Let's get this done. Yeah, so quite a few bales really. We'll have a look actually before we dart off, because it will tell us. Together as well. quite a bit. I was obviously there are some things I am pleased with about the game, but it's still the fact that it's another broken game. FS22 never, I did say this, never really got finished. It was right to the end where things kept breaking and then got fixed, but we never really had a period of time where you'd think, yeah, FS22's done, because it would still, things got broken. It was on, off, on, off, on, off all the way through FS22. Manure being the most notable thing that I noticed the most. You know, it was especially with having the fertilizer, as I said, it was a key component that you really needed to work, and obviously the fact that it didn't frequently work meant that obviously it played around with one of your primary businesses, so not good really. Which is why I think if I'm just going to handle it by sticking the old school on my own enclosure, because I usually go for that anyway. So, and that is not a bad place to leave it. So how many bales did we do? I think we can count. There's one over there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think let's pull the statistics up. That is their job. Let's not actually. So in this session, how many bales did we actually do? We did bales produced in the session 21, but we did grass as well. So yeah, the 7 bales. I think we did 7, which is 8, 7, 11s, 77. Is that right? 7. Yeah, it is a 7 extra carried across. So 77,000 litres of straw, which is, yeah, it is going to produce quite a few bits. If we did put the straw thing down, it's definitely worth it. It's just such a shame that we are going to lose quite a bit of straw at the edge of the field. I don't know why we can harvest, but we can't actually get the straw. So we either need a larger windrow or we need to invest in the mover, which would be worth investing in for that kind of thing. Should we do a bit of a test? Let's lease it now. No, it takes too long to save, so let's just lease the mover, and we're going to have to take a loss. And let's be honest, if it gets that off there, then it'll be worth doing, really. Does that do straw? I don't think it does. It never. Oh, it does forage in that though. It never used to. So Peaceful has improved it somewhat. It still doesn't do straw though. It's a shame, because I did say this. Well, obviously with the cost of Peaceful is so terribly fantastic that if he'd have done this, I think he'd have wiped the floor with, oh, you've done the wrong one. You have as well. I haven't got, no, I've gone Dr. Drulia. It'll still do it though. Even though it's a silly mistake to make. Why was I not paying better attention? Because I was busy chatting. It's yeah. So then. Yeah, I don't think this is the same. Oh, it is. No, you're just picking up from that way instead. So obviously my mover will do the same thing, so it will probably be well worth doing for that ability alone. Let's grab the... Yeah, completely. Just have to obviously like send this slot, so let's just also get rid of that. Let's just, I think there's a little bit left over here, so we've got all of the straw that we couldn't get by normal means because it's a ground pickup. Fantastic. Let's get this offloaded onto our land that is our land. Fantastic. We shall ask the store to pick that up. Let's just get that last little bit bailed. No. No, that's the windrow. It's got to be you. So we have got that off. Obviously it's cost us for that, but I do think it probably would be if this field, which it, well, I don't know that we're going to use it forever. We could actually, I suppose, knowing what we know now, not use that section of the field probably would be the most sensible thing to. No, we don't want that. That's wood chips. Well, yeah, it's not. It's not that I don't want it. It's just not worth. So that's another bale and a bit of a one as well, I should say. So yes, the most important thing of all is obviously the bioplastics factory, but I do think it's true we will stick that I think on our land for convenience. Let's have a look. But yeah, let's do that particular thing, because that's what we need to do next. So let's have a look. Yeah, I don't understand why we could do this quite large bit. Oh, no, because it did run up to the... You can see where it goes to, but I don't know why it's quabbling about this bit. Because it's sort of like wandering somewhat. Yeah, we've obviously gone all the way in there. Again, this isn't going to be field for long, but obviously I'm trying to maximise all the businesses straight away, so... JMGaming's 100,000. One is what we want. But a long way down yet, still. Yeah, there's a lot of bionics now and supers. I've done the supers as well, so I'm quite looking forward to using one of these because I would imagine they're beastly. Yeah, double a bionic. So yeah. My super bike. Oh, I did a biogas super. Wow, that would be something to see, I would imagine. So here we go. So we need to now. Yeah, we also need to see which sides we need to go in. Now they're trying to think of the future. We can take the fences down as well. That's one thing we. That would be ours, so that would be... Yeah, so the land is not owned to us there, but there it is. So let's have a look. We don't need that side. You can come out the window, so that's not a bad thing to do. And we obviously we're going to keep this as a grass field always, so that's not going to be a terrible... so that's about as good as it gets. That's sort of following the line of the fence. I don't think it... Oh. There, now let's do a bit of softening just to make it... Ooh. Fantastic. So we've got that down now. That's a massive, massive investment for the... Oh, right where the wood chips was. Massive investment for the future. Let's just... get these ruffles. Oh no, they're ruffles that will go. It's just tyre tracks. So let's just open the doors. I think you have to do it twice. I think it's 2. So major investments in this, and we will stick the soybeans in. I think actually, if I remember rightly, the soybeans are quite special. Yeah, I'll send all of this lot back as well. Straight after the session, he says, as he knows he often forgets. He does, this is true. Can we afford the straw? No, we need the guar bean sort of thing first. So how well did we do on the soybeans for our new business? 12, nearly 13,000. So not bad. We'll stick that. Well, obviously we're going to take some loss, which we know. So 29% is 36 tonne rod, if that's right. 3 times the amount would be 36, so it's nearly 13, so it's a 40 odd tonner then. Right, smashing. Why are we like stopping? We're hitting... Oh, okay, that's interesting. In a bad way. Why? Are we like hitting some sort of a brick wall? It looks like we've got to go forwards then. Right, let's switch this on, and then I think that's not a bad place to leave this particular session. We've done quite a lot, really. I'm quite pleased. So then, stick the bioplastics, soybeans, polyurethane. I did notice it was a very good one to do. It's so we get 3 to get 1. Obviously, this is the thing you've always got to work out with these ones. We're like losing 2/3 of our product to produce one thing that's left at the end. So it has got to be worth quite a lot, which it is. But yeah, what I'm saying is you've got to really work that out. So that is a wrap. It's very noisy factory. So that's going to go down to about 4,000. Which, if you work out your costs, your prices for the that one's I think it's a particularly good one if I remember rightly. So it's this polyurethane, and it is 4,197. So that means if that's going to be stripped to 4 odd tons, that's 16,000 we are getting from the finished product. And we would have done, if we'd sold soybeans, we would get how much? ST, so it should be before that. Soybeans. Oh no, it's in the top section. I keep forgetting. Either that's the products and this is the actual standard. So soybeans on a hard economy, if you sold them at the best, it would be 1,200 times, let's get the calculator on the main, on outside. So let's do this properly. So 1,200 times 13, we'll say, is 15,600. So, right, okay, so are we actually making any profit? I mean, for doing this. I mean, I know obviously the one thing I would say is, yeah, is it? That's true, actually. Are we actually making profit at that? Is this another business that's a bit... I mean, I did say it was worse than this. Yeah, but is that now not terribly good? If we're going to... Oh, am I doing my amounts right, though? So let's go through this. So we're going to take a loss of soy, 3 produces 1. So we're going to lose a quarter of our 13. So, which would mean we're going to lose... Am I doing that right? 3 for 1. So we're going to get... Yeah, a third, you could say, of the entire crop. So that 13,000, it would be like 4, 8... 12. So yeah, it is about 4 point something tons. So 4 times at the best possible price. Let's just do this. I think we're about breaking even. I think it's sort of keeping it. It's not, you're neither losing nor winning, which is not really a good place to be for when you just invested a fortune. I know I'm making... Yeah, it is actually. If you sold it, you'd be selling at a loss. It's not fantastic, really. I did sort of know that it was not. So you've got to sell it at top, really, for 16. I'm sort of getting the same price for the polyurethane as I would be if I sold crop, which is that, again, that's the same as a cereal factory. It's a bad business. So that's not so good. Obviously, bits of this though, you can't just go on one element. There is a lot. I mean, sugar cane, although actually that's 6 to 1, so you're sort of losing Now that's not bad because wheat's a very good crop. So wheat's a good one. Potatoes are they're good as well. Cotton 10 for 6. That's a good one. Corn's 4 to 1. 2 canola's 4 to 1. Most of them are 4 to 1. They're not bad. The potatoes are very, very. You get a lot of spuds anyway, so that's a good one. Soybeans is good because it's but it, as we can see, it's only just sort of keeping the ones you're going to make the most off of. That, but I mean that one's particularly terrible. The sugar cane, I'm not sure that is a good one. Obviously, wheat's a good amount that you get for it, and wood chips, 10 to 3 is not bad either. So all in all, if you're doing multiple ones of these, it is, but it's still not, in comparison to some of the other businesses, it's not. It needs tweaking a little. If it were my mod, I would have tweaked it already. It's to me, it's like I did sort of say this to JMGaming. It was worse than that. Now it's profitable sort of, but it's still, to me, anything that's just holding together the cost, and I could also sell the main thing for the same price. To me, it's not a good business. But some of them are better than others, is what I'm going to say. So it is still profitable. For certain ones are more profitable than that one. That's not a particularly good one, really. So I'm gonna, because he's a friend. Obviously, it's true, but like I would highlight the fact that I'd made a mistake as well. If I'd made a mistake, and that if I did my sums and found out that I'd tweaked something the wrong way, I would like to say, it's not right. I need to change it. So I'm not pulling any punches with either JMGaming either in that way. It's slightly questionable that I think it should be 2 to 1. I think it should be loss. If you're going to do that heavy a loss, I think it should be probably a 2 to 1. I think I would tweak all of those, because otherwise it's not so profitable. It's a beautiful building, don't get me wrong, but a business primarily has got to be profitable for you to go into it, even if it's only marginally. Obviously some businesses are better than others, but so sugar, it's more about volume than it is anything else. But certain ones, that's not the very best. I did sort of see it, but it's only now that we're crunching numbers that I'm thinking, no, I was right all along. I knew that when I said to him about it needs tweaking, he tweaked it a little bit, and then I looked and I thought, I don't think you've tweaked it enough. I wasn't sure because I didn't do the sums, but now I've done the sums. It's sort of like, well, I may as well sell the soybeans because I'm making the same cash. So I mean, obviously not all soybeans are particularly profitable on any economy, so it's probably the worst one to go on because it's the most profitable particular crop of all crops. So but again, that's my point. It has to be taken into consideration that is a fact, that the value of the actual goods that you're doing have got to be as profitable. The wheat is worth that probably because wheat is worth a lot less, and it's also a very good yield. That's going to compensate for the fact that actually soybeans are probably not one of the best things to do due to poor yield plus high cost. So you could actually probably do just as good as we've shown really by selling the crop as you would to do your actual business. So right, anyway, that's all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.